The coffee industry remains resilient and is even showing signs of growth despite tough economic conditions in South Africa. Attendees of the Creative Coffee Week will have the opportunity to listen to international guests, sample rare brews and gain insight into the latest global trends. Nobuhle Modise reports.
Instant coffee remains the top choice for consumers in South Africa. There has, however, been a noticeable shift away from generic options, with consumers looking for unique flavor profiles and brews.
So we've been running the Coffee Magazine for 12 years now, and through that platform we've gotten to know the industry very well, and we're very passionate about growing that industry. So we have gotten to build relationships with all the different levels of the industry, and you're right, there is so much that goes into making one cup of coffee, from the green importers to the roasters to the baristas at the end of the chain. There's so many layers in between, and we want this event to celebrate all of them.
Coffee specialty shops are springing up in South Africa. Beans from small-scale farmers offer tasty alternatives.
23 odd years ago, we found the beans in Mozambique. The Portuguese years ago in Mozambique used to farm with it, and they exported it to Europe, but by the time, with the wars and stuff, nothing was left of the plantation, so it was quite a job. And as I said, it's very rare in nature, and so for me to have been able to get hold of fresh beans from the trees so as to propagate was quite a job, because at those days, there was still a lot of landmines in Mozambique. It was a big thing. But I eventually did discover, after many journeys into Mozambique, a tree that I could get fresh beans from, and that from then it was history, and I planted it, and we produce the Racimosa coffee, which I consider as a gem to South Africa.
This exhibitor leveraged his background in engineering to capitalize on his passion. He manufactures industrial coffee roasters, with his primary market being overseas. Machines are exported to countries like the Netherlands, while also servicing the smaller local market.
So this is our latest series called the Evolution series, and it roasts coffee. That's the simple answer. The more advanced answer is that this has AI-ready capability. So the whole goal is for AI to actually crunch the numbers from how all of our customers around the world roast, and then take into account the environmental factors of the day. So if it's a hot day or cold day or raining or whatever, it'll account for that and give you the same result at the end of the day.
The event, which wraps on Friday, focuses on innovation, improving sensory skills, learning more about the science of coffee, as well as growing the business and culture.
We've been involved in partnership with Coffee Mag and Creative Coffee Week for about 7 years. And this is a partnership that's growing from strength to strength. Coffee is just one way of bringing people together. And in fact, more than 2/3 of South Africans drink coffee. And it's something we want to really get to partner more on. If you look at the supply chain, there's a lot more that we can do to partner and create value for South Africans.
So naturally, one of the coolest things about being in a room full of coffee professionals is that I get to taste a good cup of coffee. But you may be wondering why the coffee that I'm holding has a straw to it. That's because the coffee world is broad and vast, and because of that, I get to taste new things. This is what you call a coffee mojito. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Nobuhle in Durban.